In crybaby news, just real quick, but I seen the sister from Game of Thrones has been getting a lot of praise and admiration because her fans wanted her to audition or attempt to be the new Tiana princess in the next coming Disney movie. I'm assuming a live action. And she rejected based on the fact that she doesn't feel that she's melanated enough. And this conversation comes up often. We know that the Pixar or Disney or whoever's doing it, they were making a Wreck-It Ralph film and they were changing a lot of the characters, and they made her look more like the young lady you see before you. You made it look more like her as opposed to the original character who looked kind of like the voice actress a little bit. The confusing part about this all is that the original lady that Princess Tiana is created after is actually a light-skinned Creole woman from New Orleans. So despite that, Disney, when they created her character, made her a dark skinned or darker skinned black woman. And that was empowering for a lot of little black girls. That was their first little black princess from Disney. Which I didn't like the movie because she was a frog half the movie, going around kissing another frog, trying to turn him into a Puerto Rican. So I didn't really like the movie. But I understand the little girls was happy because they got to see some representation and whatnot. But I guess this is the conundrum, right? Like, she's getting a lot of credit for turning down a role, but it's like, damn, the original woman who the character's made after looks more like you than she does the actual actress. Now, the voice actress that plays Princess Tiana in the cartoon, people are saying, why not her? Luckily, most of the other people who support this and going to watch it, no matter who's in it, they recognize that she's almost 50. She's too damn old. Despite her black don't crack, she should not be the Disney princess. Like, it is what it is. Find somebody in their 20s. But the funny thing to me about this, too, is that this young lady, she didn't necessarily take heat, but I remember The Root did an article years ago. Like, this is like the second season, I think they introduced the Unsullied and her people, the only two black characters on Game of Thrones that happen to both be biracial, or at least some information I've done looking for the Grey Worm dude. His shit is all over the place, but he's not from America either. He's from the UK, and his stuff is all broken down. But the only conclusion I can come to is he's also biracial, and I broke that down in a different video about how effed up that is in Game of Thrones, where you have two biracial people representing black people in a show, and they get together and they can't reproduce because obviously all the Unsullied are, they can't go balls deep because they ain't got no balls. But anywho, that was the first time I actually seen, the statement we see online is that most black women support the one drop rule until there's a beauty contest. And there was like an article giving her credit for being, or giving Game of Thrones credit, or acknowledging the fact that, they finally got a black woman on Game of Thrones, when in fact she's biracial. And a lot of women were in the comment section under that video years ago, like in they feels, talking about she's not black, or, you know what I mean? So that whole one drop rule went out the window for that situation. But it's just interesting that, she took heat for a situation that she's getting somewhat praised for now. But again, the confusion part is that, she looks more like the actual woman that Princess Tiana was created after. I get it, the cartoon chose to go a different route, and you shouldn't just switch it up like that. But we're going to live action now, apparently, and she looks more like the woman who was the original person that created Tiana's character after. So what do you do with that, right? I don't support, switching people out and all this other dumb stuff that we do in Hollywood. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. Will Smith should not be playing, he just doesn't have it, doesn't embody it. Serena Williams' father. The funny thing about that, too, with the women online who cry about colorism all the time is that they're on some, well, it don't matter, and I support the black man getting replaced just like us, and this is that. It's all cool until y'all find out Tia and Tamara is going to be Serena Williams. Then y'all going to be crying again about who they casted to be them, right? So the funny thing is you want to play this tit for tat game, a lot of these colorist chicks online, but at the end of the day, it's going to affect you too, because if they picking Will Smith to be the daddy, who you think they're gonna pick to be the Serena Williams and whatnot? Huh? Huh? You should just be quiet and set that one out instead of, wishing the replacement of black men. Like, no, like, we understand the significance of this dark-skinned black man going into a white-ass sport and all the shit that he went through, and to take that away from the imagery is stupid. Just like I thought that the imagery of Chadwick Boseman playing Thurgood Marshall and the privileges of him being a fair-skinned man in that environment, you can't grasp that in film, and it's dumb. It takes too much away from the situation, and you can't even go with certain storylines because of that. I'll be consistent on both sides of the argument, but let's see what happens with that too. Again, when they find out, let them pick two chicks to be Serena Williams. It's not dark skin. Watch, just watch. The tears will be all over YouTube's. But that's just my quick video. And bright skin, biracial, colorism news. I'm out. Dun dun dun. The Williams sisters starring Tia and Tamera. Oh my God.